Morning. It's a big year for Digitalis 2025, biggest I've ever seen. Digitalis, also known as Foxglove, is a remarkable plant in a few ways. We're just at the end of the season and you can see all these flowers are still at the top, but everything down below has become a seed pod, and those seeds will be disseminated by wind, and next year they'll just be small plants, they won't flower. So these are considered biennial, not biannual. Biannual is twice a year. Biennial is every 2 years. So the foxglove and a few other plants like black-eyed Susan, hollyhocks, there's a few different types of dianthus, bearded dianthus bloom every second year. But the foxglove is certainly the most famous biennial flower. So next year, this plant will just look like nothing, so don't tear it up. Just plant more. Make sure you plant biennial plants 2 years in a row at least, maybe 3. They're everywhere this year. In fact, the Canadian government has designated them as invasive, but how can you describe this as invasive? It's fabulous. Let them invade. I don't know who they're harming. We'll find that out. Let's just take a little tour through the foxglove's pretty narrow range of color. I've seen orange, although the orange is pretty rare. The purple and white are the most common. Foxglove, I'm assuming, is because this little blossom is just big enough to fit a little fox's hand in there. I don't know. I'll look up the origin, but that's all I can think of. Each one of these can fit the paw of a fox. This one here, 8 feet, close to 8 feet. Well, it's very tall. Time to get to work. It's also the peak of the second flush for rose season. Most flushes I've ever had is 4, the fourth one ending at Christmas time. But it's very common to get 3, and sometimes you can get 4. But the second one is usually the biggest. So the first one is just the initial blossoms, the center of each bouquet. Then the centers die and the outside blooms, and the outside is much bigger than the center. So when you're pruning after the first flush, all you do is take out the center of each. Now I'm aware that most of this particular rose will be finished in the next 48 hours. These are all going to go brown. And so typically I would cut them all off because I'm not here for another week. But I can't bring myself to do it because they're so pretty, and they should enjoy them for another 24 hours, and then they'll have a snowfall of petals. And I'll clean that up next week. So yeah, when you're growing roses, from my perspective, it behooves you to allow the rose to grow to its maximum potential. And for some roses, that's like very small, like this rose here, you know, it's pretty puny. It may never get bigger, it's 2 or 3 years old. But these monsters, what I'm trying to do is thicken up their trunks at the bottom. So, you know, they're this thick and then they're self-supporting. Right now I've got 4 sticks holding up this, these are bamboo, holding up this huge bush. And every week I have to move them around and reposition them, and that's a whole thing. Fun and interesting, but complicated. I don't know if I could explain it over video. Maybe I'll try. Request it in the comments or something. Or not. Whatever. Anyway, it's a beautiful day and I'm trimming roses, and life is good. Another type of flower that has a raceme or spike shaped flower is the foxtail. So we got a foxglove and we got a foxtail. Eventually we're gonna have the whole fox. But these foxtails are probably 4 feet tall, but their neighbors, which are not quite as beautiful but certainly more spectacular, have got to be 8 feet, maybe 3 meters. They're incredible. These are foxtails. I've never grown these before, but I want to. I have to figure out where to get them. You can see they're going to seed pods here down below. Look at how they're attracting bees. They're just amazing, hey? And then below them, just about to bloom, are yuccas. Also a raceme shaped spike flower top. They'll be white by next week. Beach Avenue. Another raceme shaped spike flower is bear's breeches. Bear's breeches are incredibly tough plants, come back year after year. And don't touch them, they're so sharp. Actually, these are not that sharp. I guess they get sharper later in the fall, maybe August. But oh my God, they're one of the sharpest plants you can touch later, I guess. You can see on our street corner the foxgloves have taken over the public garden. They're just about done, and then it's just going to be weeds in here. But they're on every corner here at Choco and Comox. See, they're over here. They've taken over the rose bed. I can't believe these were planted on purpose, because this was a formal rose bed. But aren't they beautiful? Invasive species. Well, go ahead and invade. I've seen worse invaders. This corner, this corner. I believe they're all volunteers. I love how some foxgloves get so big they send out subshoots down below. Nice bouquet. Well, this is it. We're on a fox hunt. So get on my head and let's go. Well, it looks like we found the fox's gloves, and I found the fox. Hello, Foxy. How are you?
Hello, I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
Hey.
How about you?
I'm great. Can you tell me a little bit about Digitalis?
Of course. Digitalis, commonly known as Foxglove, is a beautiful flowering plant. It's often found in gardens and has tall spikes with tubular flowers that can be purple, pink, white or yellow. The plant is known for its striking appearance and is often used in ornamental gardens. However, it's important to note that all parts of the foxglove plant are toxic if ingested. It contains compounds called cardiac glycosides, which can affect the heart. So, while it's lovely to look at, it should be handled with care.
Well, thank you. Can you tell me, are there any medicinal purposes for foxglove?
Yes, foxglove has been used historically for medicinal purposes, particularly in the form of digitalis medications. These medications are derived from the plant's compounds and have been used to treat certain heart conditions. The active compounds, known as cardiac glycosides, can help strengthen the heart's contractions and regulate heart rate. However, these compounds are very potent and can be toxic if not used properly. Modern medicine uses purified and carefully dosed versions of these compounds under strict medical supervision. It's not safe to use foxglove for medicinal purposes on your own due to the risk of toxicity. Always consult with a healthcare professional for medical advice.
Okay, I will. All Fox play aside, I'm stopping at the Stanley Park Brewery. I would love to stop for a beer, but it's been taken over by this Christmas film shoot. That's not why I'm filming though, even though this is spectacular and ridiculous. I'm filming because in the middle of all this, there's a bit of a unicorn. The unicorn is this right here. This here is a lantana on standard. You can tell by the thick trunk that it's some years old. There's an red and yellow one, and a pure yellow one. Pure yellow lantana. Very rare. Very, very rare. I can't buy these for love or money. Someone has wintered these over with loving care somewhere. I mean, look at that blossom, and this will get spectacular over the summer. Let's keep our eyes on this one, hey? I'm going to end this video with two more unicorns. This is from the Shipping Below. I've featured it before in other videos, but this has got to be one of the best examples I can think of. It's been pink for a couple of weeks, and the tips are just about to turn brown, and when that happens, we'll shear it off so it's a nice tight ball. Do that maybe 2 more times this summer, and that's it. So prune 3 times during the summer. Shipping Below. Okay, so let me show you another unicorn. Well, we're just about to plant these Angelinas between the lobelia, in front of the zinnia and in front of the heliotrope. Oh, and don't forget the gladiolus coming in there. That's a weird combination. Another total unicorn is the Tibouchina, and I haven't seen the Tibouchina in at least 3 years. They don't winter at all. I've tried. I will try again this year because it's so rare to find one, and at $220 each, it's fun to get. This thing will go crazy with these gorgeous purple blooms. Come on in close and have a look at this bloom. Come on in. Take a look at that purple, eh? This whole tree will be covered in these purple blooms in a couple of weeks. Okay, so this is Gunther signing off for Vancouver Drop.